there's a certain bond among veterans who have shared the combat experience that the average person just doesn't understand it. They can't relate to it. You know, it's just like a brotherhood.
Comrades, attention!
I remember reading a book about Native Americans, and the father was teaching his young boy how to become a man, and one of the things he had told him was, when you're faced with challenges and troubles in life, he said you have to be like the eagle. And I don't know if you know it, but when storms come along, eagles don't run away from the storm. They try to fly away. Eagles will soar and fly over the storm. So that's a good principle to go by. When you're dealing with issues in life, you know, you're going to be faced with issues and challenges every day. So the gist of the whole thought is to try and be like the eagle and fly head on into the storms of life.
In February 2003, left the safety and comfort of Philadelphia and joined the Marine Corps. I became part of a brotherhood. I got a chance to see the world. I got to live in Japan. I did a tour in Iraq. But this isn't my story.
I will always be with you. Always.
Hey, Omar. Hey. Well, I guess the reason I joined, it was a challenge. You know, I was young then, and I was looking for a challenge, and I think that was really the real reason. I wanted to see if I could step up to the challenge, because originally it was supposed to be 6 of us to join together. You know, we kept talking about it, and we all went to West Philadelphia High School at the time. So we decided we wanted to join the Marine Corps. But as it turned out, only 2 of us really went through with it. Myself and Samuel Gorman III was his name. Real smart guy. I mean, Sam was the guy in our group. Sam was the guy that got all A's and B's on his report cards. He was the smart guy in the group. Sam, he could have been anything. He could have been a doctor, lawyer, whatever he wanted to be, but he decided, along with, a few of us, to go to the Marine Corps. So, Sam and I went in boot camp together, and we stayed together in boot camp through Paris Island, Camp Geiger. After Camp Geiger, we split up. Another funny, I'll tell you, kind of backtrack a little bit. When I was at Paris Island in boot camp. You know how they ask you if you got any special skills, if you can play an instrument or whatever. So, like a fool, I raised my hand because I did play trumpet, you know, when I was in school. So they said, okay, we're gonna send you all you trumpet players over to the band area and take a test, see if you can qualify to be in the band. So at the time, you know, I was real gung-ho. I wasn't about to play no band. That wasn't the reason I joined the Marine Corps. I wouldn't join to play no band. So I went over there to the barracks where they had the band and where they practiced at. And, you know, they gave me the trumpet and wanted me to play this and read music. I acted real dumb, like I didn't know what I was doing. So naturally I failed, you know, and sent him back to the rifle company. Funny thing, when I got to Vietnam, I said, I wish I had passed that test playing that band. I could have been traveling around the world now in my dress blues playing the trumpet. But I guess there was a lesson to be learned. If you got a skill, you know, you should use it. But, you know, everything, like I said, works out for a reason. So I ended up being a grunt. This is a special room, as you see by the little doorknob here. I thought that was a nice touch when I saw it, so I picked it up. And I guess you can call this the Marines room, where I have all my display of Marine Corps paraphernalia. You see I collect the patches. Every time we go traveling somewhere and I see some patches on to spread the stores, I like to pick them up. So I've gotten a pretty nice collection over the years. That one picture right there was taken in Quezon. Myself and John Rucker. We were buddies, and we were like brothers, really. And I collect the, you know, the posters. I've been places and seen posters. I don't have room to put all of them up, but that's one of my favorite ones right there. And of course, you know what this is right here. Some sand from the sands of Iwo Jima, courtesy of Corporal Omar McAllister. And got a little Marine Corps plaque on the top of it. Put that on display. Of course, you know, when we came back, we didn't come back as heroes. You know, we came back labeled as baby killers, you know, junkies, you know, dope heads. So that, you know, that had an emotional effect on a lot of us, you know, but you kind of just pushed it to the side and you just moved on with your life and, you know, and tried to pick up from where you had left off. But of course, you know, combat, it just changes you. You know, people don't understand that. People that haven't had the same experiences as you have don't understand why we feel the way we do, or sometimes act the way we do, or react the way we do. So it's an everyday challenge, you know. I mean, for me, Vietnam was over 30 years old, but the experience itself. But those emotional scars and those physical scars, they stay with you for life. You know, you can't get rid of them. You just have to kind of deal with them as best you can. I find for me it helps when you can talk to or acquaint yourself with other veterans, because you all share the same experiences. You know, and it doesn't have to be, you know, Vietnam veterans. I mean, you and I have talked about, you know, our experiences, and And the talking, we find out that a lot of the things that bother you bother me too, because we both shared that same experience, and even though our ages are different, we've shared that same experience. So whether you're young or old, if you've been through that experience, you can relate to how that other person is feeling. So it's still an everyday challenge. But I've made it a point in my church, for example, I make it a point every Veterans holiday that my church in some way pays tribute to veterans. That's been a very like a pet peeve project for me. I make sure to remind them, and when I say them, I'm talking about my congregation, that we all have a lot to be thankful for because of the sacrifices the veterans have made. So I always make a point of making sure to take that one day, that one Sunday, to just give them the opportunity to say thank you to the men and women, who sacrifice so much. Because everybody gets busy with life and forgets about how all the freedoms that we enjoy, how they came about. So, and another reason why I do it, because I don't want the veterans returning home today from Afghanistan and from Iraq to have the same experiences that I had coming back from Vietnam and not being given that little respect or the little sign of gratitude for making the sacrifices that we did. So I try to do all I can to make sure that the veterans coming back today get their due respect. So it's kind of personal with me when it comes to Veterans Day and how my church takes the time to recognize veterans. So.